I stopped the previous one. I didn't realize it had already been 2 hours. It was an hour 55 or something like that. Worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure how the recordings would work, but it was 250 megs or something like that. That's before any kind of editing or cutting it down or anything. So worked out well. All right. Okay. So you're in this tunnel now. Wester, I assumed you grabbed your crossbow bolts.
Yes.
Okay. Did you already mark them back on?
No, not yet. There was 2 of them?
Yep. There was the 2 that you shot into the jelly that were kind of floating there.
Okay.
Right, so you guys are back in the tunnel here. It's similar, a little more lit up actually now that that fireball went off. So let me reveal a little bit more of it, which is still there isn't stuff to burn except for these wooden supports. So those are burning pretty heavily. They're old and damp, so they've been soaked with just years and years and years of all of the moist air blowing through here from wherever these waves are coming from. So I mean they're soaked. They're not dry wood, thankfully, but they are burning. So keep that in mind. But you do have a lot of light kind of being shed from those and where the fire is still just burning on the floor. What are you guys doing?
North?
You can actually see to the north. It looks like the north is another dead end, like another end of a tunnel where they had carved for a while and then decided to stop.
Okay.
Same to the south. So you've basically got go back east and then check those other tunnels, or go west.
There.
Okay. All right. Looking north, you see that it cuts off into another one, and then this one a little bit rougher tunnel heads off to the north. This one seems like less of a mine shaft and more of a a natural carving that they kind of were aiming to something. And to the south, actually, you see another dead end there, and then I'm just assuming you're peeking around the corner here, and another tunnel heading south.
Oh.
Man, those grids are ugly on the player window. I don't normally see the player view. It's a shame. Hopefully the new version, when it comes out, will make the grids a little less obvious. A lighter color or something.
Alright, let's go up this way.
Up north? Okay. You can peek around the corner. You see that this actually heads up into another dead end there, whereas this one, the tunnel keeps going until it opens up into a bigger cavern.
Up there?
Yeah, I mean, you can see that goes out to a bigger cavern, but the light just isn't enough from where you are to see, out into it very far.
I guess we'll carefully take it this way.
Okay. You can see a little bit further in, but still not quite enough to get far. It looks like there's water in there. It looks like like a dark pool, but you can't see very far into it.
You go there.
Dross moving along too, or staying back there? Or is he just AFK or something?
Yeah, he said he'd be right back.
Okay, alright. We'll move Alice up too. Let's wait till he gets back then.
Okay.
When do you go back to work?
Wednesday.
That guy's still going to be there, the crazy guy?
As far as I know, yeah.
Is there like a rotation that you can, have somebody else have to deal with him, or do you have to keep going back to deal with him and get more body slams?
No, there's only one staff on at a time, so...
You're the only person there, and they're that, like, hostile and crazy?
Yep.
That doesn't sound like a good environment.
It's not.
Is it like so? I guess if you're the only one there and something happens and you have to call the police, then you just have to deal with them until the police show up.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not good.
Okay.
You're back, G.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys went up this tunnel, heading off to the north a little ways. You can see the edges of a dark pool in there. The torchlight is just enough to see that there's very still water. Doesn't look like it's moving. From from what you can see, doesn't look like it's moving, but basically it's just a dark pool of water in the edge of a big cavern.
Keep going.
Sure. We're gonna go here.
You do notice that just in the vague difference between where you guys were and where you've walked up to, the sounds of the waves are getting a little bit louder here. It's not been dramatic, but kind of a gradual increase in the sounds of the crashing. And again, same thing. Every 2 minutes, there's a very loud, echoing boom that kind of covers any sound you're making, and you can't hear anything, even talking. But now that you're up a little bit, and you've kind of brought the torch into the entrance of the cavern here, you can see. Let me reveal that. You can see that it opens up into a big, wide area, and this water is kind of slowly lapping against the edge there, like a small bank. It's a mostly still pool filling most of the cavern. The water's dark, reveals very little of what might be within, just because you can't really see through it. The shore of the pool consists of a thin layer of broken shells from strange pale mussels and small clams and things like that. So just the type you don't necessarily recognize. They're not the kind of things that you've seen, on the shore up in Mist, which is not very far from here. There's kind of a fishy odor that hangs in the air. As soon as you guys get somewhat close, though, another ghostly image kind of slowly appears, standing at the edge of the pool there. And this one of a human mage holding a wand and pointing it at you, and standing at the edge of the pool. It shouts, "Stay back, fiends," before glowing balls of glowing light fly straight at you. And as you're standing there, you see just directly out of your peripheral vision, you see ghostly arrows flying out from between you, heading straight back at the ghostly man. They strike him in the chest and the shoulder and then the stomach. The image spins and then spins around and then stumbles and then kind of stumbles its way over to the edge of the pool and then lands face first in the water and then dissipates. What do you do?
I say that when we walk by, we stay away from that fucking water. What do you think? And then go see what's up to the east.
Well, that's
Northeast.
probably the second entrance to Echo Caves. Remember, there was supposed to be one that we can only get to through a boat?
Oh yeah.
So that probably leads out that way, I would assume.
There's stairs to the right, up ahead, around the corner a little ways.
Okay. Then do you want to go back?
What I mean is that you haven't gone all the way into the cave to be able to tell, but there are stairs that don't look like boat access on the right.
Oh, you want to go check out this?
Yeah. So up this way.
Okay.
Here.
All right. Now with the torch further into the middle here, you can see the rest of that cavern opens up, and in that northeast corner, you see where the white water is on the map?
Yeah.
That does go further back. It looks like there's a tunnel. It's not big enough for a boat, though. It's basically, it looks like there's maybe an underground spring with just a tiny, space of air above it that goes back and apparently through. You can't tell from here, of course, but what angle it's going to go. But basically, it looks like there is the water's being fed in from that. But there are stairs to the right. Both of you roll a stealth.
Damn it.
You guys are feel like you're making a lot of noise. You're not feeling very confident in the amount of noise or in the sound you're making, of whether or not you could be quiet in here. Your boots are, stepping on loose stones and everything, and it seems like this would be a difficult place to be quiet in. Now, there are those, every 2 minutes there's those crashing waves, so keep that in mind.
Alright. You want to keep going? Or go back?
Okay. I guess we can keep going, try to time our movement with the waves. That way it kind of makes it harder to hear us.
Okay.
Okay. You'll be moving slowly to do so, but that's fine. You're going to go up and go around the stairs there?
Yeah, so up and peeking around there.
Okay. Peeking around the corner, you see a door, kind of a short plus intersection, a four-way intersection, with a door at the far end of it. And there's light coming from underneath the door. There's about an inch and a half gap at the door, and there's a flickering light coming from underneath it, like a torch or a fire would be.
You want to sneak
you know what? Sorry, both of you roll a perception for the room you were in, for the pool there. When you were walking through with the torch, Westra, there was kind of a glint out of the corner of your eye where that ghostly image fell into the pool. It wasn't enough to draw your attention necessarily, but you saw something reflecting the torch off of it.
I guess go check that out first.
It's up to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, just be careful. I'm going with you, but let's be careful.
Alright. So it was it's like
Back down
right
here.
around there.
Thereabout, around the where you're at is fine. Yeah, right there. Roll an investigation. You look down over the edge of the water there, and it's not super deep. Like it's kind of a somewhat shallow pool here. And where the ghostly image fell into it is a very old and long decayed skeleton laying at the bottom of the pool. And you can see in its hand, it looks like it's holding a stick that has a lot of muck on it, but it's still its bony hand is laying on top of this stick. And on a couple of just from looking from here, what caught the glint is it looks like he's wearing a couple of rings on that same bony hand.
Might as well. He ain't using them.
Okay. I guess I'll try and take them off.
Roll a
Careful.
sleight of hand. Okay. This is just to see if you fall in, basically, as far as...
Oh.
And you did.
So you're on the edge of the pool. I shouldn't have told you that. On the edge of the pool there, you kind of reach your hand down. Now, it fell in, remember, its feet were on the edge, and it fell in face first, the human male that you saw, the ghost. And this skeleton is laid in the same way, of course. Its feet basically are nearer to you, and you're kind of reaching as far as you can over the dark water there, trying to reach down in this shallow pool to get towards the hand. And you reach just a little bit too far, and the shells under your feet kind of start to give, and you slip, and then splash face first into this dark water. It doesn't hurt; it just feels like cold water. You're fine, other than a little embarrassed. But you are now face first in the water, directly above this bony skeleton. What are you doing?
I'm gonna sit up and try and take the rings off of it.
Okay. You grab the wrist of this bony skeleton, and as soon as you go to lift it away, the elbow gives just there's just a slightest amount of resistance, and then the elbow pops and just gives, and now you're holding the forearm of this thing. The rings are still on the fingers. The wand that his hand was covering is still in the dirt and covered in some muck underneath. But you've kind of lifted the hand up and you can pull the rings off. You're gonna grab the wand too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll throw them in the party the inventory. The rings they look still mostly shiny. They don't look like they're too covered in muck like the wand was, but they were kind of a little bit higher, whereas the wand was in the dirt. But you pull it out, it's just, you know, old muck, nothing dangerous or anything like that. After you've kind of washed the wand off a little bit in the water, you can see it's definitely for sure intended to be some kind of well, you know, a magic wand of some kind. Looks like this. You know, has this kind of spiral filigree and a shape on the top that definitely looks of some kind of arcane origin. The rings don't look to be special beyond being very expensive. They look to be probably platinum, that you're, you know, there in the firelight that you know, was able to catch kind of the torch reflection and catch your attention. But they look to be expensive, like you'd probably be able to get a pretty penny for them.
Okay.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Heading back up to the stairs.
Okay.
So you make your way back up to them. It's just, you know, it's only a couple of stairs, so it's not. You can see straight to the door, even from the bottom of the stairs there. But there's still flickering light coming from underneath the door.
Alright, you want to sneak up on it first? You're quieter. You can't hear anything.
Okay. Alright, G, I probably got about 15-20 minutes or so left, so whatever is a good time to stop, just let us know.
Okay. So you're gonna go up and listen to the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right. Roll perception. Oh, okay. That was a good roll. So, listening from the door, there's definitely movement and talking inside. And in fact, actually, you can recognize this language, but listening at the door, you hear at least 5 very deep baritone voices speaking in Ushak, which is the language of the tribal peoples, like orcs and goblins and bugbears and Goliaths. But you're hearing a conversation, and there's multiple that are kind of muttering and you know, making small sounds. Maybe they're eating or something. But 2 of them are having a loud enough conversation that you can actually hear what they're saying. The first one is complaining about having to follow the spider's orders, and then the other one that replies to him says that, yeah, but it's better to follow his orders than be fed to that beast. And then the first one kind of mutters, you know, as a begrudging acknowledgement, and then it sounds like they're going back to their eating. You're hearing some small silverware type noises, clatterings, that kind of thing. A mug smacks the table, that kind of thing.
All right. I don't know. I mean, it just sounds like there's a lot of guys there. I might not want to do that one.
You want to check out one of the other tunnels?
All right. Well, you gotta come closer.
You passed this. That was another dead end on the south side, and this one goes up like that. But while you're there, listening to this door, you hear loud, very heavy boot steps or footsteps, like from very loud, heavy boots of probably another 5 or 6 that are coming from that hallway down at the end of this hallway there.
To the north?
Yeah, from the hallway to the north and coming towards that hallway. You don't know whether it's coming from left or right. You can't quite tell, especially with the sounds of the echoes of the waves crashing. But you're hearing probably a patrol or something like that of multiple, you know, very heavy boot steps coming towards that hallway. And you are carrying a torch. Well, Wester is.
Alright, then we need to start moving.
Yeah. Head back down this way and go check out those.
Yeah.
Okay. Alice kind of carefully sneaks behind as much as possible. You're still, especially in this small room here with shells and everything everywhere, you're making a decent amount of noise. Just, you know, you crunch a shell on accident, there's no avoiding it. The floor is covered in all this shit, so it's hard to kind of move through silently. and that light source will be visible from quite a distance, and you guys are aware of that. So you can hurry and make more noise, but still have the light potentially visible, or you could extinguish the light and move quieter, and try to not make noise, and move slower.
Probably put the light out for now, because Alice can light it for us again.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of jump over real quick to the edge of the pool there and just dunk the torch into the water, and it extinguishes. You're in complete darkness now. You do basically know where you're going. Alice kind of dims her hands a little bit, so you have just the very smallest amount of light. You can only see 10 or 15 feet in front of you, and make your way back to the entrance of the tunnel there. You're going back south?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and drop yourselves where... you know what? Let's do this. What we'll do is... just because you guys got to go soon anyway, so we'll leave these guys on here. We'll say that you make your way very carefully back to the storeroom where you were, and you guys can just take the break there, and then when we resume next time, you can take it up from there. That
Okay.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do me a favor, move your tokens over there if you would. It's that storeroom to the east, where the brown barrels and stuff are, casks and all that kind of thing. All right, then we will end the session there for now. I still have the rest of this place and then a little bit more after that already prepared, so that's at least a whole session's worth probably. So you still have quite a bit. I don't really want to cut this one in half too much, just because you kind of forget everything that was going on here if we don't come back to this for a couple weeks if we play balance next. So I think we'll probably play this one next week. Oops. Alice over. Let's see. Next week is normal, right? Back to Sunday for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the 31st. Oh, that's New Year's Eve. You guys don't do anything New Year's Eve?
We don't do anything.
Okay.
Well, actually, can we play on Saturday that week?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Next
especially
weekend?
because we're doing this one anyway, and I already have everything prepared, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that'd be fine. We can do Saturday if you guys want.
Yeah. Is that right, babe?
I mean, if you wanted, we potentially could do both if there was, or New Year's or whatever. But I guess just let me know what you want to do. But yeah, we can do Saturday at least if you want for the 30th.
If you wanted, we could probably do it just like this weekend and do Saturday and then do Monday again because they're closed again. And then you're not working. Are you working that day, babe?
No.
Okay. Then do another Saturday and Monday just like this weekend if you want.
Cool. That would probably be enough to get us to finish up the rest of the Fandelver campaign. So you'd probably be done with the first arc, and then that'd be cool.
Okay.
All right, guys. Any questions or anything?
I don't think so.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right, G.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.